Welcome back to our exciting abacus journey. Today, we're going to learn something super cool: how to read numbers on the abacus. Remember when we talked about the place value system in Lesson 1? Well, that's going to come in handy today. Just like each number has its own special place and value, each column on the abacus has its own special value too. As we promised in Lesson 1, let's take a closer look at each column in the place value system on the abacus. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to read the abacus with ease. Let's grab your abacus and get ready. Do you remember how to reset the abacus? Resetting the abacus means to clear all the beads to start a new calculation. Watch closely in the video. You'll use your pointer to clear all the beads on top, starting from the left and moving to the right along the horizontal bar. Good job! Are you ready to dive in the lesson? Let's get started. Now that your abacus is cleared, let's zoom in on the ones place column. Remember those columns with the black dot? That's right. Now, let's pick one close to the center. Can you point to the ones place column you've chosen? I've chosen this ones place column as my regular ones column. This means that this column can hold the one-digit numbers, such as 1 to 9. The column to the left of the ones column is the tens place column. This tens column can hold the two-digit numbers, such as 10 to 90. The column to the left of the tens column is the hundreds place column. The hundreds column can hold the three-digit numbers, such as 100 to 900. Can you guess what column comes next to the hundreds column? That's right. It's the thousands place column, and it can hold the four-digit numbers, such as 1000 to 9000. Therefore, the value increases by 10 times when you move to the left column. For instance, if we add one upper bead and two lower beads in the ones place column, that's 7. Then, we add the same number of beads in the tens column, which becomes 70. Similarly, we add the same number of beads in the hundreds column, which becomes 700. This pattern continues as you move to the next higher digit column. This is how the place value system works with the abacus. I hope that makes sense to you. Next, let's explore each column together and learn about them. Look at this picture of the ones place column. It has a value of 0 because there are no beads attached to the bar. Numbers show up when beads are on the bar. Take a look at this picture. There are 3 lower beads attached to the bar, so it has a value of 3. Notice that even though these 2 lower beads are not directly attached to the bar, they are moved towards the bar. So, we count them as attached to the bar. This one has a value of 6. Remember? One upper bead is the same as 5 lower beads. Therefore, one upper bead and one lower bead, which is 5 plus 1 is 6. Next, let's explore how two-digit numbers are represented on the abacus. Remember, when the number is more than a single digit, like in the tens, hundreds, and beyond, always start by reading the number with the highest place value. The tens place column is located to the left of the ones column. Look at this picture. There is one lower bead in the tens column attached to the bar, so it has a value of 10. We write the total number of beads, which is 1 in this example, on top of the tens column. And in the ones column, there are no beads attached to the bar, so we write 0 on top of the ones column. That means this abacus has a value of 10. Let's try another example with a two-digit number. We will start with the tens column since it's the highest place value. There are 3 lower beads attached to the bar, so we write 3 on top of the tens column. Next, in the ones column, there's one upper bead attached to the bar, which gives us 5, so we write 5 on top of the ones column. Now, the abacus shows the number 35. Good job! Now, let's explore reading three-digit numbers on the abacus. Remember, just like with two-digit numbers, we always begin with the highest place value. So, let's start by looking at the hundreds column, which is to the left of the tens column. The hundreds column is to the left of the tens column. How many beads are attached to the bar in the hundreds column? That's right, one lower bead is attached to the bar. So, we write 1 in the hundreds column, representing 100. Now, let's move on to the tens column. There are no beads attached to the bar, so we write 0 at the top of the tens column. Finally, let's look at the ones column. There are 3 lower beads attached to the bar, so we write 3 at the top of the ones column, representing 3. Therefore, the abacus has a value of 103. Let's give it a try with another example using a three-digit number. Since it's a number with 3 digits, we'll begin with the hundreds column. In this column, there's an upper bead attached to the bar. Do you remember what number the upper bead represents? That's right, it represents 5. So, we write down 5 at the top of the hundreds column, indicating 500. Moving on to the tens column, there's one upper bead and one lower bead attached to the bar. We know that the upper bead represents 5, so 5 plus 1 equals 6 beads in total. We write 6 at the top of the tens column, indicating 60. Finally, moving on to the ones column, there's one lower bead attached to the bar. Therefore, we write down 1 at the top of the ones column, indicating 1. Thus, the abacus represents the number 561. Good job! Did you understand how numbers are shown on the abacus? Each column in the abacus plays a vital role in the place value system. They stand for different groups of numbers, like ones, tens, and hundreds. When we are reading the abacus, we begin with the column that has the biggest value. No matter how big the number, we just count the beads in each column from the biggest value and write it down on top of each column. Please try some practice questions. You can find them in both printable and video at www.finemotormath.com. This is the end of lesson 2. I hope you're feeling confident about reading numbers on the abacus now. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the better you'll get at using the abacus. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.